This video is for entertainment purposes only. Nothing should be taken as factual. This is all my astrological opinion. Please enjoy. Hey everybody, this is Sonia with Melanin Goddess Life. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another celebrity reading. So today's reading is going to be a reading on a very popular and very much loved actress here in Hollywood. She has been in the game for quite a bit. She started off as a child star, and she has steadily progressed in her career, and she has been a constant and a consistent face on the scene. The actress that we're going to be highlighting today is none other than the beautiful and talented Miss Meagan Good. Okay, so we're going to be highlighting Meagan Good. Now, Meagan Good has been in the vlogs here over the last year, maybe a couple of years or so, with regards to not her necessarily her acting, which she does have a film out that she just recently released. I haven't seen it yet, but I will take the time to view it. But she's been in the vlogs here lately for her personal romantic life, her choices in partners. If you can remember, Meagan has been married previously. She has now divorced, and she's now in a very, I would say, controversial relationship. She is now dating the actor Jonathan Majors. And just briefly, if we know the story on Jonathan Majors, Jonathan was an upcoming actor, very popular. He was on the trajectory to be like one of our next big leading men. He found himself in a domestic violence situation with his then girlfriend that resulted in him being prosecuted for that. I don't remember the details of it, but I of course he did not do any jail time. But he took a hit in his popularity, lost a lot of endorsements, lost a lot of films and potential. And subsequently, it appears that his career is on halt. Now, in the midst of all of that, Meagan Good and Jonathan Majors have gotten into a relationship. And the timing of this relationship just seems very strange to some. I mean, who are we to say, of course, that if it's real or not? We all have our opinions on it. I'm not here to give my opinion on the validity of their relationship. I'm just here to talk about how Meagan goes about her love life, which is very interesting. And I think this is the most attention that we've talked about Meagan outside of her acting with regards to her romantic life. She does keep a very low profile, kind of, quiet with regards to her personal life. But being that she's partnered with Jonathan Majors and he's having all these issues with his career and his legal issues, it has put a spotlight on why is she in this relationship. So in this video, we're going to be talking about why I feel like she may have found herself in this relationship. We're going to look at, is there a theme or a pathology to Miss Meagan Good, and what can be coming down the pipeline for her with regards to relationships. So without further ado, let's talk about Miss Meagan Good. So Meagan Good was born on August the 8th, 1981. I have a birth time for her. It's at 8:16 a.m. and I think it's Panorama City, California. Now, this would make Meagan a Leo sun, a Scorpio moon, and a Virgo rising. Now, of course, with the Leo sun, we know Leo is the sign of the entertainer. So that speaks to her being in the entertainment industry. The Virgo rising, I can see her being a Virgo rising very much with regards to how she is very particular about her body. Now, I don't know, much about how she does health and fitness and things of that nature, but just looking at how she carries herself, her petite physique, I've noticed that she has gone really, really hard with her body here in the last year or so. The girl is rocking a six-pack like none other. So I think she puts a lot, you can clearly see she puts a lot into her health and fitness, which speaks to Virgo risings because, Virgos they do rule health, mental and physical health. They rule the body and eating and things of that nature. And for the most part, you will find Virgos that are very particular about how they take care of their body and their health. Now, she is a Scorpio moon. which speaks to why she is so private. And as I talked about previously, we didn't hear too much about her personal life up until she got married a few years back. And now, with regards to the situation she has going on with her current love interest, we're getting a lot more attention around her love life. But she's a Scorpio moon, which is there going to be always an air of mystery around her. She plays things close to her vest. Now, one thing with Scorpio moons is they love intensely. So once they're locked in with you, coupled with that Leo sun, with Leo being all about loyalty, Miss Girl, once she decides on her love interest, whether good, bad, or indifferent, whether you like it or not, if she's locked in, she is locked in. So let's look at also her chart to see where if there's other indicators with regards to how she does relationships. Now, she is currently 43 years old. So each year we have a theme of our year that represents the age that we're turning, and we start to see certain themes in our life. The age of 43 for her, so this is from her last birthday in August to her next birthday, next August 2025. This is going to be about eighth house matters. And this is about other people's money, debt, resources, that we share with another person that are or impact us through someone else. This is not necessarily about the income or monies that we earn on our own, but this is about what we share with other people. So we look at taxes, we look at debt, we look at credit cards, we look at bills, we look at resources, things that we go into business with or share with another person. We look at our partners' resources, income, things of that nature, because when we are partnered up with someone, whether it's in a marriage or a business or a long-term committed relationship, then their financial situation impacts us as well. And this is also the area that governs sex and intimacy. Now, for me, with her having this theme of her year, this is all about the monies she shares with someone else, how it's going to impact her on a financial level, on a resource level. And it is not missed on me that we have had some recent allegations that because of Jonathan Majors' situation and him losing a lot of endorsements, he is in an extreme financial situation. And it's being alleged, of course, I don't know this to be true, but it's being alleged that Megan is footing a lot of the financial responsibility, not just for herself, but for him as well. So again, we're talking about the resources and the monies that we're connected with other people. This is really about debt. So it sounds if it's being alleged that she is really taking care of him financially, and it could be putting a financial strain on her as well. Now, with regards to this theme of her year 43, we're looking at sex and intimacy. So things around her sex life will be highlighted, things around her an intimate connection with other people and her partner as well. So she could be going through this cycle of figuring out those intimate connections with other people. Now, this doesn't always just mean romantic. This could mean family, friends, business, things of that nature. So she's looking at a lot of cultivation and attention around her intimate relationships, and this could weigh heavily on her sex life as well. So that is the theme of 43 for her. Now, I also did her relationship activity age. This is where I calculate. I use the formula that I have to calculate when I feel like a person should be coming into relationship energy, or they should be seeing some kind of shift in their love life. Just depends on where they are. So this could look like meeting someone. This could look like getting married, engaged, moving in with someone. This could look like a breakup, just wherever you are with regards to relationship. This would be the age where you could see some significant change or shift around that area. The age in which I came up with it, I feel like Megan may have some type of shift or change in her romantic life or love life, is the age of 44. So this is going to be her next birthday, August 2025. We may see some type of significant change around her dating life, her relationship life, or how she goes about relationships. Now, let's talk a little bit about some of the things that I saw in her natal chart that make me question how she chooses partners. So when we look at partners, we look at relationships and things of that nature, I primarily look at a few houses. I look at maybe the fourth house. I look at the fifth house of dating, romance, romantic endeavors. I really look at the seventh house because the seventh house is the house of one-on-one relationships. Typically, it's called the marriage house. So I look at that, and I also look at the second. Well, I look for where Jupiter is placed. Now, being that Megan is a Virgo rising, which means Virgo is ruling her first house. Across the street, opposite to that, is her seventh house of one-on-one relationships. And because it's Virgo in her first house, that means Pisces rules her seventh house. Now, when we start to look at the rulers of the seventh house, one of the things I noticed that she doesn't have any planets in the seventh house. So when you have an empty house, we're going to look at the ruler of the house to determine how this could play out for her. One of the things that you can find when you have Pisces governing your seventh house is Megan needs to be very mindful on how she sees her partners. I have a feeling, this is just my astrological opinion, that she idealizes her partners, meaning that she sees her partners the way that she wants to see them or the way that she wants to believe that they are, as opposed to who they truly are. She can also have a tendency to put her partners on a pedestal, sometimes a pedestal they don't deserve. When we talk about Pisces energy, we're talking about a very self-sacrificing energy. We talk about an energy of sometimes illusion and delusion, sometimes fooling ourselves into believing things because we want them to be so badly a certain way, but that's not how they are. We also can, when we have Pisces on the seventh house, turn a blind eye to bad behavior, turn a blind eye to things that are right there in front of us because we don't want to deal with that. This could also look like, when you have Pisces on the seventh house, is drawing into people that are broken. So this could be her drawing into her partners that come with a lot of baggage. So this could look like they may have sometimes mental health issues. This could also look like her drawing partners into her that may be abusive in some ways. So abuse can take on a lot of forms: mentally, physically, psychologically, financially, whatever abuse can look like. This could also draw into partners that may be contending with drug addiction. This could draw in partners that are contending with the inability to stay out of trouble with the law, going to jail. This could also just draw into partners that can be liars because, again, Pisces represents illusion and delusion, and sometimes the truth can get mixed up in what is being said. So she can also be just drawing in partners that need healing. This, for me, is the danger spot for her, is on the seventh house. People coming to her, and we're talking about her romantic life, that need to be healed, that need to be fixed, that take that healing energy from her as a partner and uses it to heal themselves. I need her to start to get more grounded and more clear as to who she's dealing with on a romantic level. And one last thing, interesting enough, this Pisces on the seventh house can draw her to people that are very religious. And keep in mind, her ex-husband is a minister, is a pastor of a church. So this could also draw into her people that are highly religious, highly spiritual, maybe pastors, things of that nature. People are heavily into religion as well. So my advice to her is she needs to get real grounded and get real clear on relationships. Now, this could also bring a lot of relationships to her life. She could be married multiple times. When I see the ruler of the seventh house is in a dual sign, and that could look like Pisces or Gemini, and sometimes Sagittarius as well, because Sagittarius is considered the bachelor of the zodiac. But when I see it in, like, especially with Gemini and Pisces, this could look like more than one marriage or more than one significant relationship in a person's lifetime. So she really just needs to be clear on who she's drawing into her life and take the glasses off, the rose-colored glasses off when it comes to her relationships. Now, another thing that I'm looking at is she has a placement that that's very interesting. In her second house of earned income, investments, things of that nature, how we earn our money. She actually has Jupiter in her second house. That is actually an auspicious placement for primarily for women. Typically, Jupiter in the second house represents someone that's probably going to have at least two marriages in their lifetime, or at least two significant relationships in their lifetime. And this actually could bring on being in a relationship with someone or married to someone that puts you in a really good financial situation for themselves. So that's something that is kind of auspicious for her. She has Venus in the first house, which definitely bodes to her being very attractive and people being that like her. She's a very likable type of energy, likable type of person. She also has Saturn in her first house. This gives her that level of maturity that she carries with her. I've always thought that she seemed a little bit older than her years. So this could be the energy around being very mature, or presenting very mature, very distinctive, things of that nature. So now we're going to just take a quick look at what is going on with her with regards to her transits. The first thing that stood out for me is her seventh house of relationships. And because we're talking about her relationship life right now, I see why she's having a lot of energy around this area. Right now, she has Saturn, the planet of hard lessons, the planet of stability and foundation, restrictions, delays, things of that nature, structure and discipline, is going through her seventh house. It's going to be there for the next couple of years. When we have Saturn going through our seventh house, this is a time that we get serious about relationships. So this is why I feel like there could be something significant that's going to happen with her relationship life next year. But sometimes with Saturn in the seventh house, this can bring on us being more serious about our relationships, possibly drawing a long-term relationship to us. Now, this could also have us having issues with regards to our romantic life, dealing with issues in a relationship. The other thing that she has there, and it's been there for a very long time because it's the planet Neptune. Neptune typically takes about 14 years to transit a house. Neptune's here in her seventh house of relationships. It has been there for quite a long time, has a few more years to be there. Again, Neptune, the planet of dreams, intuition, imagination, delusion, and confusion. This is also clouding her judgment around relationships. But I feel like with that Saturn being present there at this time, Saturn's going to come in and dissolve some of this. Saturn's coming in is like, we're about to get out of la la land and we're about to get into serious land here. So I think with Saturn being in that area, this is going to dissolve a lot of that confusion around her relationships and how she does relationships. And the other thing that I see that's happening, she just has the North Node of Destiny going into her seventh house. Now, this node is going to stay there for a year and a half. This is about the direction that we're going on in our life. It is in her seventh house of one-on-one relationships. So we are looking at a lot of changes around her relationships. And this is primarily going to be dependent on what she does with this relationship, what she does with this energy. But lo and behold, this is going to be an interesting year for her, especially when we get to that next birthday. There's going to be a lot of significant changes around her relationships during that time. That's a big theme for her with regards to relationships. Another thing that is going on with her that I feel like is putting a lot of pressure on her, she's in a lot of energy of squares. So when we think about squares in astrology, we think about a box and being placed in that box, and that box getting smaller and smaller. The squares are there to apply pressure to us in order for us to grow, change, and do something different and make a decision. So she has, number one, at 42, she experienced her nodal square. Right now, she's going through a Pluto square along with a Neptune square. And oddly enough, these are squaring off in her, that Neptune square is squaring off in her seventh house of relationships and fourth house of family. So I'm wondering if she's having difficulty with regards to this relationships from the perspective of her family. Is her family not on board with this relationship dynamic? That could be one thing. The Pluto square is squaring off for her in her fifth house squaring off from her fifth house to her second house. So this is the second house is about her money, and the fifth house is about her creative projects and her romantic life. So we're having a square between those areas there. So we're going back to what is being alleged, that she's footing the bill financially for Jonathan, just putting a lot of pressure around her money with regards to this romantic tie that she has going on at this time. Now, good places that she's got some stuff going on is up in her career house. She has Jupiter in the 10th house, expanding her career. So that's a blessing for her. And I think she's had like 2 back-to-back movies that have come out within the last few months of each other, which is a great thing for her. This is going to be around for her until next May. And then it's going to move over to her 11th house, which will continue the energy on with regards to her career at this time. Now, just to sum it up, Miss Meagan Good, we love you. We love your work. We love you as a person. You feel like our homegirl, and like we've all grown up with you. We want to see the best for you. We want you to have love, but we want you to get grounded, get clear, and make better choices with regards to your relationship life. This beautiful energy that you have with regards to being a Leo and being loyal, with that Scorpio moon making you lock in and be in the relationship with someone, along with that Piscean energy on your 7th house being very healing. That's something that you need to protect, and that's something that you need to know everyone does not deserve. So my prayer for you is that you become more discerning when it comes to your one-on-one relationships. I don't want you to change yourself. I want you to still be who you are, but let's just be more mindful of who you are sharing that energy with. All right. So if you would like your own personal reading, please visit my website at www.melaningoddesslife.biz. Please follow me on all the social media platforms, TikTok, Facebook. Please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It really supports me. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you enjoyed the video and you have a great day. Bye-bye.